And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port here on a Tuesday, the Barnes and Tony Show once again. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty well, dude. Obviously, happy to be here. Stoked to talk some derby, dude. But honestly, how'd you golf yesterday?
Take a guess. Tight.
106?
No. I mean,
Under 95.
96.
Ooh.
Yeah. But the one thing I was saying, I feel good that I can drive the ball again. Full confidence, full swing. It wasn't perfect off the tee, but had some substantial, 250, 260, 270 type of drives.
Straight.
Like just that.
What'd you do differently?
Kind of what I was talking about in terms of head down, not pulling up. That's really the biggest thing. The head down.
Great,
it really is tough to master, I have to say.
Dude, it's almost like when you eat, like you were saying yesterday, you think your head's down, but you always have to like over exaggerate and like literally keep your head down and like not even worry about where the ball is going.
Right.
Like just keep.
But
your head
everybody
down.
always says, "Oh yeah, I got it." Oh.
Yep.
Like head right up in the air.
I want to watch it.
Yeah. So it made some good putts too, just some chip shots, some secondary shots, just were a little inaccurate. That was really the difference. But I think we're getting there. Are we getting a little impatient? Sure. Could be worse, but like I said, I think the driver is a big thing because you play some of these longer courses. I mean, you have to hit it that far in order to have a chance.
So was it like the putting?
No. Putting was pretty good.
Right.
It was really just secondary and chips. Yeah.
Back out today?
Not today, no. But good because we'll go this morning. Back was feeling a little tight. Just because.
Oh my gosh.
You think about it, I've basically played a PGA tournament the last 3 days.
Literally.
Yeah, the 72 holes in 3 days.
So now it's like a little rest, recovery.
Yes.
Drink the water, hydrate.
Tons of water.
I noticed you got a lot of little bottles here from Mohegan.
Yeah, I mean, they give them out at the course, so why not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah. So no, you get hydration, everything, Tony. I have to say, didn't eat anything yet, though. Definitely kind of hungry right now.
Yeah, dude. I was thinking about like a box of donuts before. I don't know, something about like maybe just drinking the coffee when I was setting up and stuff. I was like, wow, I wish I had like just a dozen donuts, assorted flavors.
You know what I've come to terms with recently too, and I feel like I always knew I liked it, but I feel like it separated itself so much for the competition. The glazed stick. I feel like the sticks are so much better than actual donuts. It's not even close.
Honestly, couldn't tell you the last time I even had one.
Jelly stick too.
Oh, jelly stick. I've had
Delight.
a jelly stick, not from Donut
The
Delight,
glazed stick, jelly stick, and you could go chocolate glazed stick as well.
Wow,
those are the best. I don't know what it's something with the way they make it. It's just better.
But I mean, it's basically just a donut, just in a stick form, right?
For some reason, it tastes better
or...
though. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. It is thicker. Because I feel like sometimes like the French crawler can get a little light.
Yeah. But those are so good.
Those are good.
Oh God.
Wasn't it called something else like that we had at your house that's similar?
Well, it was a Kreller is how my mother pronounces it, which I'm pretty sure is the correct way, French Kreller. But I could be, a cruller. I've heard cruller. I've heard Kreller.
And where was that from?
I'm trying to think now. I think that was from Cake Chef, not from Alfonso's Bakery.
Okay.
So Cake Chef also.
And your mother says hi, Phyllis.
Oh, wow.
So she could probably confirm this for us. If it is indeed Cake Chef.
Mom, the French Krellers, Cake Chef. I'm willing to bet Cake Chef, dude.
And then what was the chocolate thing? Oh, she did say Cake Chef.
Cake Chef. Chocolate cigar?
Cigar. And that was
dude,
from
that's
Alfonso's.
Those are one of my favorites, dude. So ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. That you see to get into trouble, though, I have to say.
oh yeah, dude.
Right now, though, I could really go for one of those bacon, egg, and cheeses on the egg everything bagels.
Oh my god, yeah, I haven't had one in a while.
Yeah. Did you eat anything this morning or no?
Nothing this morning.
Nothing this morning.
Starving, dude.
What's on tap afterwards?
Well, for lunch, I don't know. I mean, I have like this meal prep meal that's like today's like really kind of pushing it in terms of like it probably should be thrown out tomorrow.
Okay.
So it's like got to eat it. Rice, chopped meat, peppers, onions, some carrots. You know, pretty good, dude.
5 times the past 10 days.
Literally, dude. Probably like 7 times the past 6 days. You know, sometimes like you double up because there's so much of it. Whatever. So I probably have that, and I don't know. Who knows what's for dinner tonight, dude? Itching for like a pizza pie.
that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
And your mother says, I guess you want the same cake when you come.
Yeah, probably.
Wait, which?
I don't remember. She's probably just referring to just the general pastries that we had. I would imagine.
Oh, I thought she was talking about
not a specific
Also,
cake.
I'm forgetting the names of these things again. The apple thing.
Oh, the apple ring.
That's just all it is. The apple ring.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was from Cake Chef. That ring. Yeah.
That is like,
talk about
dangerous.
That was so fresh.
I could have had that whole thing in one sitting.
It was so delicious.
Yeah,
dude. The vanilla, the cinnamon.
Dad gave my dinner last night a Michelin
star.
What's the deal with that?
I think she did yesterday. Pork chops, right?
Pork chop. Michelin. I guess Michelin star. What is?
Well, Michelin, I believe, is the company that rates restaurants, and if you get a Michelin star, it's
I was
like
thinking tires.
Yeah, I think separate. Gotta be
name?
separate, dude. Yeah, I think same name. I want to say it's French, but they're like, you get a star, it's like a big deal, you know?
Oh, wow.
The pork chops, Brian.
Pork chops. Yeah.
Have pork chops.
You really have to do that?
I mean, my mother brought it up too.
Have pork chops.
Oh man. I have to say, obviously there's stuff to get to. The Derby last night, the All-Star game tonight, and then of course, really, I think the premier event of the week is the Open Championship.
Oh yeah.
But really, like I think we experience it every year, but I feel like I don't think about how kind of somewhat difficult it is to navigate for a couple of days with no games, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, you said it, like we do it every year, I guess, but I don't know. This year seems a little different.
Yeah.
Right? What? Whoa, man. Like, there's nothing really going on.
Yeah.
Like we said, I mean, how again, if the Derby was good. Also, I feel like last year's All-Star game, was it like this? Was it like a Tuesday night game?
It always is Tuesday.
It always is Tuesday night?
Yep.
Interesting. I feel like we talked about it. Like maybe we just previewed it heavily over the weekend or something, but I don't know. Just seems like there's just not a lot of good to talk about.
I almost lost my voice there. Jeez.
I wanted that girl who sang the national anthem, dude.
Oh boy, I actually didn't hear it. Because I was watching it, but there's no volume on.
Have you still not heard it?
No, but it's just one of those things. I get it. Like, what I mean? How many, I've heard butchered national anthems before. Like, it's terrible. Like, I don't know. It's like, I think people just do that on purpose, to be honest.
See, it's actually pretty interesting. I think that's what Rick was saying this morning.
That you did it on purpose for publicity. The name. Right.
But it's like, come on, dude. Like, that is, I don't know. It seems kind of weird for someone to do that for national anthem, dude.
It is.
Because there's no way she gets popular after this.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's some TikTok bullshit, who knows?
Maybe.
Right?
But I will say though, definitely, I've seen some boxed ones too, but it's like this one by far is like the worst.
Yeah, but it's just come on, you're hilarious. It's just one of those things. Gimmick. It's Grimace. Honestly, Grimace should have.
That's ridiculous.
They should have.
Yeah, honestly, better off, honestly, dude, because she really was bad, and I hope it wasn't just for the fucking publicity. That's ridiculous.
Look at the world we live in, Tony. Come on. I was gonna say, I feel like this. I mean, not that whose radar is this really gonna be on, but it kind of went under your chin here. Nadal, playing at the Norda Open in Sweden, has a match starting in 7 minutes.
Against no way, dude.
Leo Borg, Tony.
Borg
is no, this tournament, maybe it's just all people that I don't know that because I'm looking at just I don't know one person in this field.
I feel like we looked this up, and I remember hearing that tournament.
But I don't. He's not even seeded.
No. First
Casper
time.
Rudd is the second seed. Andrew Rublev is the first seed. These are all secondary guys.
So it looks like that. I guess maybe because he's going to play in the Olympics. I guess maybe
this is like a warm-up.
Yeah. He returns to the clay for the first time in 19 years. He won a first-round tie with Casper Ruud, as you mentioned, who was the second seed at Nordea Open. And you said Switzerland? Sweden.
Why does he say first time at clay? Isn't it the French on clay?
Yeah, it is, right?
This court, they're saying probably. That's probably
returns to clay. Yeah.
But it's a stupid way to say it.
That is kind of weird. Very misleading, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's what you get with the Hindustan Times.
But
it's kind of cool.
Yeah. I hope he has something left in the tank, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure, dude. Yeah, I'm reading up. Nadal won the singles title of Southern Sweden as a 19-year-old, 2005.
Yeah, so it's definitely.
This is his first time back since that. So that's what it is. It is that specific court. Since 2005, as he gets ready for the Olympics, dude, which is kind of crazy. I didn't know he was playing in the Olympics. But hey,
yeah, good stuff. It comes around every few years.
So
but kind of a mixed bag to get to. But I did see we had some other comments. If you want to start with those.
Oh yeah, of course, dude. We have, of course, Matthew Gabriel with a nice big "Let's go" to start off the day. Kev Do also in here, big "Let's go." He still wants the smoke. Matty G, what's good, my guy? Shout out to Tony Barnes, Mike. I'm assuming this is and Renee, not Maine and Renee. And then Josh B says, yo, fam, let's have a day, Matty G. What's good? Hashtag TC, Sportsport, hashtag DTV, dude. So we have the usual suspects, as we typically do, dude, in the house.
Yeah, good to hear from everybody.
Oh, yeah, man.
And they did announce the tee times for the first 2 days of the Open Championship. But before we get to that, I don't know if you saw this, and this bodes well for all of us who have the endless Tiger optimism here.
Oh,
did you see that?
Yes, his
Colin Montgomery.
Conference.
Yeah,
he called him out.
Mm-hmm. So Colin Montgomery, who plays on the Champions Tour, made some comments. I guess it was just an interview, whatever the case may be, that he doesn't understand why Tiger goes through it. Basically alluding to the fact that he should retire, and he says there's no reason for him to suffer through these rounds, suffer through these tournaments. And he's so Colin Montgomery, 61 years old, and just actually finished 44th, a tie for 44th at the College Companies Championship, won by Ernie Els. So a little older than Tiger. And I believe too that he actually has he's never, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, he's never won a major championship. So it's kind of interesting for him, of all people, to make these comments. And Tiger fired back saying that he's exempt till he's 60. It's completely up to him, unlike Colin, who doesn't have that choice.
Yeah. So kind of put him in his place for sure.
Yeah.
You think he was deserving of that?
Yeah, right. I mean, there's not really one golfer that deserves to say whatever he wants about Tiger Woods that's playing right now. Why? Yeah. How would they have the right?
And I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that no one has that right, because I mean, no one has, dude. So it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, Tiger Woods, his impact on golf, you can't even put a cap on it. It's limitless.
Yeah.
So I mean, for him to go out there and he still wants to compete and believes he can compete. I mean, I don't know if you watched the rest of his conference he had too, but like, that guy thinks he's gonna win.
Yeah.
Like they asked him, it's like, are you going out there thinking like you don't have it? He goes, no, I'm going out to.
Yeah, he says I'm gonna play till I think I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, so dude. Like that guy's going out there trying his best to win, and it's crazy hearing him talk about, his demeanor towards everything, like his demeanor towards his limitations, his knowledge of just his like scenario is very evident, and the guy still, puts in the work and gets after it. So I mean, who is anyone to sit here and to say you can't or you shouldn't? Come on.
It's tough though. I just because of this incident, I find myself trapped, falling for it again.
Like you're jacked up right now.
Getting back into it. That I'm going to be really, intently tracking his first round on Thursday.
I mean, you are. We will be.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, he's got to be honestly having a little bit more of a chip on his shoulder now, right? That probably fired him up a little bit too.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. It's just, but it's always the breakdown. It's always the hype up before.
Of course,
he said,
dude.
like, he wishes he could recover better, put in longer hours at the range, but at the same time, he's been able to, in preparation of this tournament, he's been able to do stuff that he hasn't done.
Right, which is great.
Year.
But then they're saying the weather, the rain, not going to bode well for Tiger. So it's definitely going to be a rocky road ahead, I think, for him this weekend. But
and do you think for him to like contend, like obviously confidence is a big thing. I mean, for that to happen, is it like he needs to start a tournament like 2-3 under par?
I mean, yeah, probably, right?
But they were selling that big. I was listening to the starter, Tony, on PGA Tour Radio, Taylor Zarzer, the host over there. And they were all saying that they feel like he just needs to be in it on the weekend, and then the rest will take care of itself. I mean, what do you think about that? I know it's like, well, you got to get there first.
I mean, yeah.
But still, even if he did get there, I mean, how is he, how is his back not going to flare up?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be easy at all. Like, nothing is going to be easy if to win for him. But again, I mean, it's doable. But like you said, I mean, he's got to be consistently good. I mean, we haven't even seen him have like a round where he shot like a 67 or something, or a 66. We haven't even seen that. So I mean, again, for him to come in here and be competitive, and he's gonna need to start out on some type of good note. Like, you can't be having a 74. You can't even dude, it's tough. I don't know. Even talking about it now, it's almost like I'm not convincing myself anymore.
Like, but you're almost annoyed talking about it. It's like, why are we still talking about this? Like, we just see the same thing every single time.
I wouldn't say annoyed. It's more that I'm annoyed that he can't do it almost, because I want to see it, dude.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people want to see it.
Yeah.
But it's just tough. I don't know if we'll ever really get back to that.
I know. So it remains to be seen. But speaking of the Open Championship and the tee time, so we're gonna get underway Thursday, and these are in groups of 3. First tee time 6:35 here. You're gonna have 1997 champ Justin Leonard, Tony, who does a lot of work with Golf Channel, plays on the senior PGA Tour. So you got him, Todd Hamilton, and who won in 2004, infamously beating Tiger. And then somebody I'm not familiar with, who I'm going to look up, Jack McDonald. So that's going to be the first group off the tee. Let's see what the deal is here.
Amateur golf.
He's amateur?
That's what it says. First thing that pops up, World Amateur Golf Ranking Player Profile.
Okay. So he is an amateur, 17 years old. Wow. So him, with these grizzled vets in their 50s, they're putting a 17-year-old with them. That's pretty interesting.
That is really interesting. Good for him.
So that's the first group off, and then they get, an 11:25 on Friday. Looking at notable groupings here. You also have Francisco Molinari, Justin Rose, Jasper Stubbs. That's 7:41, 12:42 on Friday. You have JT, Sanjay M, Matthew Southgate, 7:52 Thursday, 12:53 on Friday. And then just go down the list here. You also have John Daly playing with Santiago de la Fuente and Aaron Rye. You have Zach Johnson with Austin Eckroyd and Thorben Olsen, 8:25. You have Stuart Sink and Chris Kirk, 8:47, with playing also with the amateur Dominic Clemens. You have a couple big groups here. You got Finau, Heenley, and Pavone, 9:25 on Thursday. 9:36, the following tee time, Rahm, Fleetwood, McIntyre. Talk about the who's who of like the European Ryder Cup team, huh?
John Rahm?
Well, no, I know he didn't play last year, but you know what I'm saying? Like, of top European golfers. I mean, those are, 3 of the top guys right there.
Who do you think is going to be the best out of that group?
Rahm, he's due.
Really?
Yep. McIntyre, a little worn out.
Stretched.
Yep.
And
then Tommy's due, but he's kind of like Rory in a sense, where he'll probably come short. Next group is great. 947, Aubert, DeChambeau, and Tom Kim.
Wow.
What a group to follow, huh?
I know, really, dude.
Then you have the defending champion at 958 with Brian Harmon with Victor Hovland and Sahith Thagala. Following tea time, McElroy, Homa Hatton. That's another good one. You got the 1020, Keegan Bradley, Will Zalatoris, Gordon Sargent, Tony, the amateur. I believe he was low amateur at the PGA, if I'm not mistaken. And let's see, going down the list here, just looking for big groups. Ernie Els, who we talked about yesterday, with playing with Gary Woodland and Alton Van Demeerwe, 12:31 Thursday, 7:19 Friday. And let's see here. Phil playing with DJ and Jost Luton, 204, 847. You have another big group here. Wyndham Clark, Hideki Matsuyama, Brooks Koepka, 226 Thursday, 9:14 on Friday. And then also, you have the 237 grouping, Tiger Woods, Xander Schauffele, Patrick Cantley, 237 Thursday, 9:25 Friday. What do you think? I mean, do you think Tiger always, works best late, early, early, late versus late, early? Because it's kind of a quick turnaround, right? In terms of his tee time order.
I would think that he's better off doing early, late, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I just feel like, I don't know, with the way his schedule is, he gets up early anyway to start warming up. So you might as well just like get up, get out there, get it over with, and rest for the next day.
Yeah.
Why, what do you think? You think late, early?
No. Early, late. Yeah, early, late, definitely. So we'll see what he can do. I mean, that's obviously a big group there. Following group, Colin Morikawa, Sam Burns, Siwoo Kim, that's 248, and then 936 Friday. You also have Shane Lowry, Cam Smith, Matthew Fitzpatrick. So those are all major champions. 259, 947. Jordan Spieth, Scotty Scheffler, Cam Young. That's a 310 tee time. And that's really it in terms of the big groups. But some interesting pairings for sure. And like I've said leading up to this all week and in the past couple of weeks, I can't believe this is the last major of the season.
Yeah, really flew by, dude. Kind of crazy, but I think we're set up for a pretty dramatic ending, dude.
John Daly or Tiger Woods, who has a better score? So even if they both missed the cut, who do you think has a better score?
That's tough, dude. I mean, I don't know, like historically, recently.
I mean, Daly.
Like where? Yeah, right. Like,
I would actually love to pull up. It's like I wonder the last. What's your guess? The last time he made the cut at the Open Championship? I'm going to say 05.
Yeah,
maybe not that. Actually, I'm going to say
2011,
2009. It's going to be my guess.
I'll go 2011.
2012. Yeah, 2012.
All right. So it's been a dozen years.
Literally a dozen. So wow, in that year he finished 18th at the PGA.
Wow.
And then hasn't made a cut since.
Oh my gosh.
Withdrew at the PGA this year. But what do you at the end of the day? I mean, is it
Tiger?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does John Daly like travel and stuff still? Like, right? Like,
what do you mean? How does he travel?
Like, I don't know. He just keeps on golfing. He's not making it. Is he making money still? Like,
I mean, I think there's some type of promotional stuff.
Really?
He does. I mean, I'm sure that's what it is.
That's crazy because he's the type of guy who doesn't seem like he's good with money either. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe he hit a couple parlays or something.
Yeah. Maybe he made a few good, business decisions early on in his career. That's a lot of money. Invested in Bitcoin early on.
Never know.
Never know.
Here's an interesting one for you. Ernie Els, Phil Mickelson.
Oh, wow. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know how Phil's been doing over there for Live. I feel like not great, right?
I think he had a good finish this past week, but overall,
I don't know. And his performances, I feel like at the majors so far, also not great.
plus 15 at the U.S. Open.
Jesus. I guess give me Ernie, right?
Yeah. No, they were saying like you never know. Ernie makes the cut. They're like he's the same guy. They were talking about on the radio this
Wow,
morning.
dude. What do they call him? Big Easy?
Big Easy. Yeah.
There we go. What do you think he's got? Phil?
No, definitely Ernie. Phil missed the cut at the PGA and U.S. Open, tied for 43rd at the Masters, following up a runner-up finish at the Masters the previous year. I was just gonna check our boy Ernie.
Yeah, I don't know where he's been really.
I think I would look this up. I think it's been a while since he's made the cut.
The South African from Johannesburg.
So he last made. Well, first of all, you already looked it up? Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, this is just this year's finishes.
When did he last make the cut?
At a major?
Mm-hmm.
I could see it being as recent as 2017.
2019.
Oh, okay.
Tied 32nd at the Open and then has missed the past 3 years. Wow. So never know, right?
That's true, dude. And I guess he just won the Colleague Companies Championship. Has placed first in the Principal Charity Classic this season as well.
Well, yeah, we were talking about the Colleague.
Yeah,
remember?
dude.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was his first career senior major championship. It was so fun. It's just I remember like, so for whatever reason, like I guess because like I always liked golf, so even if like I really would never watch, for some reason I was just so dialed into like checking who's winning majors and stuff. I'll never forget. It was 2012, and we were in actually Lakewood and Pisaki in New Hampshire, just like a bunch of us, and it's in between college summer and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember like kind of like a long day of drinking and stuff. And I just kept going out to everybody saying, Ernie Els won the Open, like first time in 10 years. Yeah. Like so excited about it. And here we are 12 years later.
That's crazy, dude.
I think he's due. Could you 54? It would break Phil's mark.
Ernie Els, first time in 12 years.
I honestly would be pretty jacked.
That would be sick.
But yeah, I like the whole thing with these majors that it's like hard to qualify for, but then if you're a champion for most of them, you can play like you're almost your whole life. You have the unlimited exemptions with the PGA and the Masters, and then the 60-year-old cutoff for the Open, and then 10 years playing the U.S. Open. So I think I like how they do that.
What's like? Are you pro like exemption forever, or like what you like the cap off at 10 years, cap off at 60?
I think they should just do the cap forever, because I feel like once you get to a certain point, I mean, unless I guess you're John Daly, where you embarrass yourself a few times, then you're just kind of like, oh, all right, like this is enough,
right? Yeah, true.
But I'm excited, honestly.
Do you think if you had a lifetime exemption, like to play at the Masters, like
I feel like
like as long as you could stand, like you're gonna be out there?
Yeah, I mean, I guess but you know what I mean? You just wouldn't want to be a point where you're like slowing up the tournament or something. Like if it's that bad, that's why guys don't usually stretch it like too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, are you excited though? Royal Troon,
no,
a couple days away.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a big feature too, because the earlier tee times.
Are we gonna get like 3 a.m. They're teeing off this time over here?
So it's weird. I thought they used to do that, but then we just were looking at the times and it was saying 6 o'clock.
So that's the earliest.
But wouldn't that mean that it's 11
a.m. over there?
That doesn't make any sense.
Would they do that for any reason, like because of TV or coverage, or?
Let's just see something here. Oh, these were in local time, dude.
Oh shit!
So the first tee time is 1:35.
Wow.
So that means that
Thursday morning, 1:35.
So the last group goes off at 11:30.
Damn.
So we'll be in the midst of it.
We will be in
Thursday.
the midst of
live
it,
coverage, live feedback. I mean, that's the only game in town too on Thursday. So that's going to be a heavy theme. So
we should maybe go live for 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, just to see
really hammer, the market over there in Scotland. How many people you think like in like Scotland? I mean, are they riled? Do you think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tradition,
Right.
you know, when you have those long-standing traditions. I was just gonna ask you, other than like, I guess in a way, I'm asking kind of an early sleeper, or just somebody that you're kind of back of mind. Is there anybody that comes to mind here that you're thinking maybe like people aren't really thinking about that could potentially win this thing?
People aren't thinking about. I mean, I guess not. I wouldn't say people aren't thinking about. I mean, again, it's fun to mention these old guys like
That aren't going to make the cut.
that aren't going to make the cut. But at the end of the day,
Speed?
they're not. God, I don't even think so.
No.
Maybe
champ, though.
where's Max Homa at? You think he's got good odds?
Probably not.
So you never know. I mean, he could kind of pull something out. He did well in the mat. No, where
it was the Masters.
Was the Masters,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So you never know.
But I mean, come on, Tony. You got to give me something here. Something that's a little under the radar.
Under the radar?
Yeah.
Who's my boy, the German guy?
Steven Yeager?
Steven Yeager, dude.
Wow.
Because I still think was it Yeager? I think it was Yeager. I've never seen a German this past weekend kind of close to the top here. See if I can look this up. And he's an underdog. I've been hitting a lot.
Just gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
Oh yeah, dude. All right, so let's look up my guy Steven Yeager here. I'm pretty sure there was one other German player too that I thought I was kind of following along for a little bit. No, it was Yeager. Oh no, Thomas Dietrich. When fucking maybe he's Belgium, not German. I always get confused because the flag is horizontal. I think vertical is German. No, vertical is Belgium. Thomas Dietrich, get out of town. 31 years old. Give me that's the guy. I hope he's in there. Is he in there? Let's double check if he's going to be there. Tied 26th Genesis, tied 14th US Open, tied 4th the PGA, tied 2nd the Children's Houston Open. I would say give me Dietrich, dude. Absolutely. The University of Illinois. Let's go. Chicago, great city. From Brussels, the Sprouts. I love them. That would be your guy. I just want to look up to see if he's going to be Thomas Dietrich, dude. Belgium. Not Germany, because the flags are exactly the same. What are you going to do? I just want to make sure. I mean, I would imagine. I mean, is he not playing? Maybe he's not playing.
Dietrich didn't make it, huh?
No, I guess not.
Wow. Okay.
That's kind of tough. Let's see if Steven is. There's Steven Yeager. No worries, dude. Stuart Sink. I mean,
that did cross my mind.
yeah, I mean, he's the guy that Brian throws out there a ton. If you want to look at his player profile here on PGAtour.com. I mean, the guy's 51, obviously old head, has been around the block a few times. I mean, I don't know, man. You look at his season so far this year, a lot of cuts. Yeah, here for Stewie.
I mean, he's on the Champions Tour.
Top 25 at Sony Open, but, Genesis tied for 62. John Deere tied for 52. Cut at the Rocket Mortgage. Cut at Byron Nelson. Cut at the Texas Children's Houston Open. Cut at Phoenix Open. Cut at Farmers Insurance.
You know the deal with Stuart Sink or no?
You've definitely told me, but no.
2009 Turnberry, Tom Watson, 59 years old, had a chance to win the Open. Obviously, would have been the oldest champion. Missed like a 6-foot putt. Stewie, only career major.
Wow, good for him, dude.
So you never know, though. Honestly,
I think that's a real long shot.
23rd last year, though. He finished 23rd at the Open.
You think he's going to beat that this year?
No, but you never know.
I feel like last year his name was definitely tossed around a lot more in terms of contention too. What do you think? It's just that 51-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's like once you're past your early 40s. I mean,
Yeah.
It's not over. Like we get it, but I mean, you're not really. Nothing is expected.
And I guess if you really want to look at it, I mean, the beginning of his year was pretty close to and/or similar to what it looks like last year too, when he plays 23rd at the Open.
Last year he played like a full schedule,
and this year he's like probably less than half of
because he doesn't have the qualification.
No, which is kind of tough, dude. But you never know, Stewie. The Alabama native, dude.
Last thing here before we move on. He struggled with some foot injury, had to, withdraw from the US Open. What are your thoughts on Rahm coming into this one?
I think he's gonna fall flat on his face, to be honest. Like he's been.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know, man. He's just not. We talked about it. He's obviously went to Live Tour. Don't know really. It's been kind of mixed signals, I think, over there from him. I think he's looked good, kind of not so good, whatever, consistent. But whenever he comes back over to the PGA for a major, I feel like he's not performing at all.
So you're telling me he's never winning a major again?
I mean, I can't say that, I suppose, because you never know. But it's definitely not going to be this one. It's not going to be this season, obviously, at that point. It may not be even in the next 3 years,
It's just crazy though for these live golfers. It's like we're not seeing them till April.
I know.
July.
It's July.
We're not going to see them till April.
What's I don't know what the deal is with their what's Jon Rahm's contract like with them? Is it multiple years? Do you know? 'Cause he signed like a multi, right? Do they all sign like multi-year contracts?
Yeah, I don't know the specifics of the live contracts.
Rahm announced his decision to join Live in December. This was obviously back then. $350 million multi-year deal. So, like, what are the stipulations here? That's all it says. And I don't know, like, obviously Live allows you to play in, the majors for PGA, but I mean, is there anything stopping? Is there anything on the Live side stopping them from like playing in PGA tournaments, or is it just the PGA?
The PGA. Yeah.
Interesting.
But it would be, it would kind of be a shame if his career goes down the tubes, because obviously, he's a 2-time major champion. The talent is there.
He's the highest paid player.
What did it say? It's 218.
He's number one with a record 218 million in earnings. More than double of the next highest player, this says. This is from Forbes.
You know what you're sleeping on, Tony?
What?
The Shark documentary.
Really?
No, remember I was telling you to watch it?
Oh, yeah, dude.
You forgot, though.
Totally forgot. Didn't watch it. Still obviously. Have to. Obviously, here I am.
No, but I'm telling you, you're going to be like, you're going to think it's like ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to check it out.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm needless to say, I'm excited for Thursday. Starting bright and early, Tony.
Yeah, dude.
I guess Matthew Ryan started bright and early today. A happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Matthew Ryan. Dude, hope you're enjoying it. He says he's 31 years old. He's excited and he feels old. Damn, he says, time really does fly, dude.
It's true. It's true.
It is true.
Yeah, I remember at a point in time, Tony, where it's like, you're like, this person's 30.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Whoa. Old, right?
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, actually, you're 32.
Oh.
Right, though? Like, it wasn't that long ago where that was kind of a thought, right?
Yeah. I mean, not that long ago, you're like, wow, I'm 22. This is sick.
Yeah. 20 is forever. I can't imagine being an adult.
Dude.
What's
like,
an adult?
What is that, dude?
What? Are you kidding? Your mother likes your shirt. What is the shirt, Tony?
So this shirt is a gift from Jason Lubertelli. I think he got this over in England, which is kind of funny. But this drawing is
this drawing
is a very famous artist, Keith Haring.
Keith Haring.
A artist, correct me if I'm wrong here, I believe was born within the confines of New York City, perhaps Brooklyn. Grew up 80s-ish, maybe. It was when he was famous, and this was like his style. And you would see this, everywhere and stuff. And this was like his thing,
Pretty cool. Something different.
Yeah, I like it. I've actually always enjoyed, his paintings and stuff like that. Keith Haring's a cool guy, represents New York City. So let's freaking go, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Why not?
Keith Haring, dude. Look him up.
Mr. Haring, dude. But yeah, so that's really where we are. But let's go now to the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yeah, what a play! Stop it, Skip.
And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight. And it works at 100 miles an hour, 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. So we did have the home run derby last night, Arlington, Texas. We were talking about this pre-show. Before we get into the particulars, Tony, I would pretty much say that was the worst home run derby I've ever watched.
I think I could agree with that, dude. I really could. Like, it's embarrassing.
And it's sad because we talked about this yesterday. So nostalgic. The home run derby was one of my favorite nights of the year growing up. And I remember, when I was younger and not able to stay up to watch the whole thing, my mom would always tape it for me.
That's nice.
Like, always loved the derby. And I think there's too many changes. And these changes going back 20 years, literally, have been those changes that are just to change. And I think that's why the product has suffered. Not to mention the fact, too, that you don't get even close to the top sluggers in the game.
Yeah, I mean, that would be probably the first and most obvious thing is that, like, who the hell even is in this? And it's I mean, it's kind of funny because, on one hand, it's like, all right, like, there's not big names. On the other hand, I mean, it was somewhat competitive. It kind of went down to some of the last pitches there. And ironically enough, I mean, Ozuna and Alonso both went down in the first round. But again, it's like, I don't know, dude. But like, you could put, like, where's Bryce Harper? Throw Freddie Freeman in there. Why isn't Juan Soto? I mean, I know he was injured, whatever.
Yeah.
Even Aaron Judge. Like, why aren't we throwing these bigger names? Ohtani. Like, why aren't these guys yet again, like, in the home run derby? Like, instead we have people who aren't really amongst the leaders in home runs. Like, at least all of them aren't anyway. And it's like, I don't know. Alec Boehm seemed like he didn't even give a shit to even be there. Like, these guys weren't even jacked up. I guess Bobby Witt seemed like he had some pep in his step.
That Alonso didn't seem that jacked up.
I guess so. I mean,
I'm just kidding. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. Like,
I know. No, I mean, again, like, leading up to it, he did. Like,
yeah.
But then obviously, like, you put a performance like that.
We were talking about it though. Me and Corey were watching it. The pitcher. I mean, that was.
Dude, what are you doing, honestly?
Well, why bring him out there in the first place?
Exactly. Like, you got to find someone, because that was his problem the last year. Like, last year's home run derby, like, he was not, I don't even know what that person was doing. It was like a last minute change last year. And I don't even know who this guy was. I didn't even bother looking him up because it doesn't matter. But every one of those pitches was like high.
Yeah.
Like, really high.
And the bartender last night at Bala was suggesting that they go to a pitch machine. What do you think about that?
I mean, that certainly would, like, take away the human error aspect of it, because some guys get screwed on their pitcher, and it's just like.
And then they still have the person, though, putting the balls in the machine just to, like, play into the human element. Timing's important.
Yeah. And I feel like, I mean, I don't know how you feel about the format, but I thought the format was really dumb.
That's interesting. I don't necessarily agree with that. I actually would take it a step further and just save the head-to-head for the final round, because whoever hits the most each round deserves to advance. Like, I don't know, why do we need to,
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, maybe my issue with it is the fact that it is still, like, it's not really that changed to me from last year. Like, you end up, like you said,
it is though, because the first round not having the matchups.
Right. No, I understand that, but at the end of the day, like,
the swings,
but like, they still have like a bracket afterwards anyway. Like you said, if they did all rounds and then, like, at the end of it, it's just top two, they go head to head, like that, I guess kind of makes sense, which in reality, it's just all rounds and you just eliminate half the field every time. So what, like, you're saying 3 rounds with 8 people, right? So first round eliminates 4, second round eliminates 2, and then the final round. I think that's great. And honestly, I don't really care for the timed.
Yeah, I was just about to say, go back to 10 outs.
Yeah, dude.
Not that hard.
It's really not that hard at all, dude. And again, they kind of did that with the bonuses, I guess.
Bonuses, yeah.
But like, I didn't really. I guess you need to hit a certain amount of home runs over 420, over 400.
The dumbest thing. It's not like how it is, like, on the show.
Because some of them got 3, some of them got 4 extra outs.
No. So I could be wrong, but I think everybody gets the bonus time, which is like, so why even have it?
Really?
And then it's like you just get the extra out if you hit one during the bonus round 425.
Oh, okay.
That's what it seems like.
No, you're probably right.
But yeah, like remember like the gold balls and how they would like have the people like representing a player from Century 21 and like if they won, they would get a new house.
Yes,
Remember all that?
dude.
Like
Oh my
that was
God.
so much better.
So much fun, dude.
So I would say go to the 10 outs and then go to like what I just said, the old format with like the no head-to-head till the final.
Yeah, I'd be down with that.
And I think too, and I know there might be some resistance here, Tony, but I would bring back just for like 1 or 2 derbies. What do you think I'm gonna say?
I don't know.
When I say it, you're gonna be like, come on. You still don't know? It has to do with like the broadcast.
Like when they used to do like the Statcast almost live. No,
Berman.
Oh my gosh,
back.
dude.
Honestly, people were tight.
People were tight
towards the end. I was even tight.
Yeah,
but now that we're so far
Interesting,
removed from
dude.
that, I think we need that back.
That's an interesting take. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I think the broadcast in general needs a little bit of a revamp
trying to
too.
think who used to be with Berman on the call.
Oh, I have no idea. Let's see.
Because it wasn't Ravage. He
No
was always
way.
a studio guy.
Yeah. Let's see if any images pop up here.
Maybe do the spelling thing first. And
They got his calls. Let's see if we can.
yeah.
No, Let's see if we got one here. Oh, this is on TikTok. Interesting. Oh no, dude.
I couldn't tell who that was.
Yeah, I hear him. I can't tell who it is.
Go to Home
Chris
Run
Berman
Derby,
and
is it the
Joe
same?
Morgan.
They could have. Wait. Go to
It says-
yeah.
This
Well,
one, yeah, this one says Joe Morgan, 2001.
That was Ravage. Yeah. Huck?
Best job in the world.
Oh, so that was without Berman.
That was without Berman. No.
Oh no.
Wow, look at him.
Joe, this is something that everybody, fans of all ages, and the players look forward to. What a great setting we have here.
Well, this is a great ballpark, and like you said, perfect setting, a perfect day. And the long ball, chicks dig the long ball.
I guess I do
guys
remember
dig the
him
long
doing
ball
some
too.
of it.
Joe
Barry
Morgan?
Bonds has hit more than anybody else.
That's
The
so
record had
funny.
been 37 by
he
Mark
was.
McGuire
He
in
was
his
very good.
record-setting year at 70.
But who would you? I mean, do you go Frazier or do you think Berman would get too jacked up, like joking around with him,
I don't know. I enjoyed Frazier. I think
Yeah.
he would enjoy Berman.
or Berman and Junior?
Yeah,
With
Griffey
Frazier.
Jr. Yeah, that would be sick. A little trifecta right there.
I mean, you think that would make a big difference, or what do you think? Honestly,
I think so. I mean, I guess I didn't really have much of an issue with the broadcasters, but obviously, I mean, you're definitely going to step up there with those guys.
yeah.
But it was just, I don't know, dude. The double box, the camera cuts were not
Well,
good,
also,
dude. Like,
Why can't it just be like the sky cam behind the batter? Why
Right.
do they not like doing that view that much?
I don't
They
know,
do it,
dude.
but not a lot.
I know, and they like, I don't know, it just seemed like the broadcasters and the camera crew weren't on the same page because they were like a guy's announcing the ball trying to go out, and then they're cutting a camera, and then it's like, then I'm not seeing what they're talking about. It's like, what are we doing, dude? You know? So like you said, I think they really should they should have that high Y that they kind of really hammer. I mean, it's a home run derby, you know?
And I don't know if we just need to look at that, or I'm just trying to think. So, like, what was the main order of sequence in terms of like the camera? So, like, would it always start behind the batter, or would they start behind the pitcher? Batter swings and then they instantly flip to the trajectory of the ball.
You're saying during a game?
No, the old derby.
Oh,
like,
yes,
how it used to be shot
No, it used to be shot almost like a game. Yeah, where it was behind the pitcher.
behind the pitcher, but I'm saying that it
And then it would
automatically
cut
goes
to the ball going out. Yeah, definitely.
Um,
Where now, they have that camera right in front of the home plate, so you kind of get that like low angle of the player swinging, and they also have the tight center field shot, which is the behind the pitcher. You see him just kind of tossing the ball. But the double box, I don't know, it just wasn't really working, I guess.
Yeah.
They were just, I don't know, cutting too many cameras, and there wasn't enough. Like, again, I feel like if they get out of the time thing, like, then they're not going as fast.
Right.
So then you have time to see each ball kind of land. Like, it kind of has some time to breathe a little bit.
But I just feel like those, and it was because I don't think Berman was ever on the call when there was the clock, right? Because I think when
so.
Frazier won, or do you think he was?
Ooh, no, well,
pull it up. Pull up Todd Frazier home run derby highlights. But what I was getting at is, I feel like I do remember a couple of times where he's doing his back, and then he jumps into another back. Yep. Oh, but look at the camera too.
Yeah.
In the finals, he needs 14 to beat
What? Is it because they're just
his first 2 swings
they're
against his brother Charlie.
with the tracker? Is that why they don't do it like this?
Yeah, I think so, dude.
Put him on the
It's
board.
gotta be.
It's crazy that he came back on that.
Right
I know,
before
right?
he stepped to the plate,
Aaron Boone.
Frank Sinatra was
Aaron
playing on the
Boone.
loudspeaker. The New Jersey native loves him some Frank Sinatra.
Tom's River, baby.
Well, old Blue Eyes would like that one.
Yeah.
You know what else I was surprised with last night? I feel like that ballpark, I thought, would yield more home runs.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it's kinda tough.
Like, it almost seems harder than hitting his parrot.
I know. A lot of guys came up short.
Yeah.
A lot.
Like a very
Oh, the
high
other way.
pop-up
Yeah.
with the ball at the end. How did that go?
Honestly, dude.
Whoa!
That went.
The other way. That's the main guy right there.
God, yeah.
After hearing this, I mean, what's your thoughts? Like, could you'd be good with the back? I mean, it was like hammering it, though.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
dude.
And do you think because, I think it's been like 5 years at least, maybe even longer than that. Do you think because it's been so long that he'd be welcome to the open arms back? Because Twitter was so bad, like hating on Berman.
Yeah, no, I think he'll be welcome back, honestly, dude. And like you said, I feel like people it's been so long to remove from it.
Flurry there to get
Nice,
us in the mid
be
striking
refreshing.
distance. A little fatigue, I think, sets in.
And then what's the deal? Is it Atlanta next year, Kansas City the following?
I know it's Atlanta next year. I don't know about Kansas City.
Or is it Chicago?
It is, Chris, and it's about. There's
When's
been
the
a
last
lot
time
of
they had
people
one
on
at
Twitter
Big
who are
League?
reacting that, hey, Charlie
no.
Frazier is throwing the ball a little before
let's see.
they land. And the reason is Todd is yelling out to him, throw it. Now, this is what you get when you get your big brother. I asked Charlie about it. He's like, are you kidding me?
okay.
Do you
Oh,
know how much
Citizens
grief
Bank
I'm
in
gonna catch
2026.
If I'm not paying
Okay.
attention to
But
him?
they've had one
So
there.
there is something
What was
going
it, a while
on there,
ago?
Chris.
Well, you
Citizens
know
Bank?
what, Pedro?
Yeah.
If you want,
Definitely did.
he
Couldn't tell you
started
what
this
year.
round, and right now the timeout, he's got 5
Let's see,
balls in his hand. He is ready to
He is
go.
ready. He's absolutely, because he doesn't want to get the wrath
Just,
of
go to
Todd.
the.
You know, he's
see.
famous for that
Go.
Johnny Bench
Just
holding a
almanac.
ton of balls in his
Up,
hand.
up, up. Let's
Gotta
see.
scroll down.
Cincinnati
Just hear what you
1933, 1933. Don't need that. T-Mobile we know last year. Dodger Stadium we know that. Well, Dodgers twice in the last 4 years.
But another thing, holding a lot of balls has enabled
They
him
really
to do
not have it.
36
Kansas City
swings each
can't
of his
throw.
first 2 rounds. At the time was the most.
I don't think they did. Wow. The
Cellular
last one in
Fields.
Philly must have been
He's
the
got to
best.
move now.
Yeah.
He's got to get on a big roll right here, else Jock Peterson's our champion.
Three River
That's going to
Stadium.
be under it a little
Camden
much.
Yards.
We're 2 minutes
Wrigley
to go.
Field in 90. Sky Dome in 91.
There's one way up there.
Oh, okay. So 96
Gone in the upper deck.
and that was at Veterans Stadium.
Oh, Veterans, yeah.
Yeah. So, I think that's going to be good, right? Because I mean that ballpark usually yields a lot of home runs, right?
Oh, yeah, dude. It should be just a cool like venue, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, area, great,
We
solid.
could potentially go.
We could potentially go.
Right?
Yeah, dude. I'd be down. I've never been.
Yeah. Atlanta's not a bad flight either.
No, not at all. I've always
Well,
wanted to go there
warm,
too.
though, this time of year. That's the only
Yeah,
thing.
true.
But yeah, so I just think broadcast, and rules, cameras. I mean, announcers. It all needs refinement here because The Derby, I think, has always been a big part of America's pastime. What do you think about strengthening the field? Do you think there's anything that can be done there? I mean, is it just money talks? I mean, is it 10 million to the winner? I mean, is that what you have to do?
I guess so. What is it now? It's $1 million, right? 1 million. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, do you think people really like denied going to the home run derby because they don't care? You think there's not enough money? I mean,
Well, I think too, long season.
right.
If they already have their money,
As well to the break.
right?
Exactly.
Especially if they're playing in the game.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a very select few, like Peter Alonso, who really value the All-Star festivities, the game, and stuff. Really enjoy it in the Derby.
Mhm.
But most people, it's like they want to do it once, like an Aaron Judge,
Right.
like a Stanton, and then or Soto.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, what do you? Yeah, I guess you would have to really shoot and
Right?
pot for them to
Or
do
I
it,
mean, it's a shame because we want to see it, but then the players have to want it.
right.
Well,
And if they don't, what are you going to do? They just don't want it.
but I don't know how do you get that money? I mean, like, and you think it would rate that well if it was Judge, Otani, Freeman, Soto, Alvarez,
Yeah.
Stanton,
Like way
Harper.
better. Yeah.
It would,
Way.
it really would be insane.
Yeah, dude.
So maybe they could figure something out. But then again, how much confidence can you really have in Rob Manfred?
Not a lot, dude. Not really a ton, but you never know. I mean, obviously keep your hopes up. And honestly, I just hope the other day they just like pick a format and kind of stick to it.
Well,
Like,
just go back to the original. And
yeah.
I'm telling you, Berman back. I'm telling you, that would make people would be excited.
Mhm. Maybe that'll bring in some better players.
You know what I'm annoyed about? Because I could have taken a picture with him last year. Remember, I saw him at the Travis. I should have asked him if he would, if he was asked if he would do it, and if he misses doing it.
Yeah, that's a great question.
But specifics of the Derby here, though. Your four hitters advancing. Bohm, first round leader, tied actually with Ramirez at 21, and then you had Teoscar at 19 and Bobby Witt at 20. Alonso only 12, not advancing. The hometown guy Garcia not advancing. Connor Henderson only 11. We could have seen that one coming. Ozuna surprised me with only 16.
Yeah, no, definitely. He honestly seemed like he was gassed. I watched him, and he just
probably hosting stuff, the
drinking, dude, definitely. And he's a big dude too. So,
and then our semifinals featured Bobby Witt, Jose Ramirez. That one wasn't really close. Witt, 17-12 over Ramirez. The Hernandez and Bohm went to a swing off where Teoscar advanced 2-1.
Yeah.
So a good run there for Bohm in his first Derby, right?
Correct.
And Hernandez's first Derby.
I think so. Yeah.
And he prevails 14-13 in the final over Bobby Witt Jr. He did send one to the wall. Bonus time, hitting off the top of the padding. Do you think too? I'm trying to think, like statistically, do balls fly out more when the roof is open or closed?
I would imagine open, right?
Because of the wind.
Because of the wind, that's kind of.
So you think that was kind of why that we weren't seeing, like, because you know what it was, Tony? I feel like for the first time since I can remember, there wasn't one round, one batter where it's like basically with Berman going back. For 10 pitches in a row. Like, we did not see that at all.
Yeah, no, not at all.
No one went on a heater.
And I guess maybe it is because they closed it up. Why did they close it?
Because it's so hot there. It's probably 100 degrees.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah. But I think that's why. And I'm like, is Atlanta too? Isn't that kind of a deep park next year?
Yeah.
But you think because it's open air, how big is
center field and
Truist Park?
It is Truist, right? 400 feet to center. Left field is 335. I guess 400 is right center. Right field is 375. Oh, no, right center is 375. Right field is 325. Okay. That's not that bad.
What's your guess? I'm going to do park factor rankings. What's your guess where Atlanta is?
In terms of like
offense.
Oh, like how many home runs I produced? I would say, oof. I would say they're the 8th. They would be 8th in terms of offense, ranked 8th in the league.
All right. They
That seems a
are
little high.
It's like you looked it up.
Oh, they're 8th?
Yeah.
Get the
That's
fuck
so
out of here.
weird, dude.
Let's go, dude.
Give me the
Oh my gosh. City Field?
top 5.
In order?
You could just name 'em.
Yankee Stadium?
No.
Really?
Yankee Stadium, not in the top 20.
Are you serious?
Mhm.
That's interesting. Let's see. Is Petco up there?
Petco is not in the top 25.
Damn, dude. Interesting. I mean, I'm trying to think smaller parks.
One is so obvious.
Well, is it Camden Yards?
Camden Yards is not in the top 15.
Damn it, dude.
Coors, Tony, come on, that's number
Oh
one.
my
You
God,
were
you're
sounded
right,
like you were gonna
dude.
say Fenway. That was number 2.
Yeah, that was my
They
next
put
guess.
London in there, but that doesn't count as 3. The Royals at 4 surprises me.
London.
I didn't think that,
I would never have guessed that.
the Reds at 5, I understand. The Nats at 6.
How big is where the Reds play? Is it small?
I don't know. This doesn't show those
Oh,
numbers. And then the Angels at 7, the Braves at 8, the Phillies at 9. Interesting that the Braves park has a better park factor than the Phillies park. The Rangers were at 10, Twins at 11, Blue Jays at 12, D-backs at 13, Pirates at 14, Cards at 15. Your New York Mets, Tony, are number 30.
oh, really, dude?
So technically it would be 29 if you don't count London.
It's kind of
right above Petco, but it's just I don't understand these rankings. And then they're saying that Comerica Park has slightly edges out Yankee Stadium for park factor.
Who's reporting this? ESPN?
This is Statcast,
Oh, wow.
powered by AI.
So it's legitimate.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
by AI?
But yeah, so I hope needless to say, I just hope the Derby next year is better.
Mhm.
And the game tonight. We've talked about this many times. I mean, is it for you? Does it compare to opening night of the NBA or no? Or more interest in this?
I don't think I have any interest in this, to be honest, dude.
So it would be opening night of the NBA.
Yeah, probably.
Wow, that's interesting.
I mean, it's just like, I don't know, dude.
You don't want to see Alonzo hit one?
No, dude. Like,
Trade value?
what is stop it, honestly? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's cool to see some of these guys get out there,
Skeens,
but
though.
again,
No.
it's
You don't want to see Skeens pitch to
that's a
first?
big deal, yeah. And then it's Corbin Burns. I think it's been I don't know how long. It's been like 60 years for both organizations since they've had a starting pitcher in the All-Star
there you go.
game.
Jim Palmer.
would
probably
you-
won the last one.
You're probably right, which is obviously a big deal for them. And it's cool for Skeens. But again, dude, I mean, I'm not
Anything that can be done
to the All-Star game
to make it.
to make it.
Yeah,
Honestly, when they used to do like winner would host
the World
the
Series.
World Series, like I thought that was so cool. Again, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like kind of like what you were saying earlier. Like back in the day, I feel like people were just more jacked up about it. Players specifically.
So that's the problem.
I
that
think
they
the
don't
players
care.
aren't that into it,
Yeah.
dude. Like I'm tired of seeing like a bunch of dudes on the sideline, just like obviously
The hats
drinking.
backwards.
Yeah, like
Do you think they really get
lackadaisical.
hammered at the Derby?
I'm sure that they probably have a lot of strict rules not to.
But they get loaded before.
But I mean, not for nothing, dude. I see them with like, like cups.
Yeah. Like,
Of unmarked cups.
yeah.
Why you have an unmarked cup?
So
What are you
basically-
drinking in there?
Yeah. What are you doing over there?
So, I mean, again, I don't know. You gotta have them more jacked up, and then I'll be more jacked up.
How do you do that?
I don't know. I mean, why were they more jacked up before?
Because there was no interleague play,
Right.
or there wasn't this much interleague.
And I mean, we're talking, like All-Star game. I forget what year it was, but when Piazza was catching Clemens, like apparently like Piazza apparently was like tipping pitches and Clemens was getting popped, and it was like kind of big. Like pitchers seemed like people wanted to go out there and play well. Like I really don't think people care about it. Like players don't really care.
It's the people that care. I feel like are the first timers or guys in their 20s, but once they're established a little bit, they're like the hell with it.
And even so, dude, we talked about Skeens, getting told he was going to be a starter on the Dan Patrick Show. He didn't even react. Oh, wow, this is a great opportunity. I'm so thankful. Like, come on, man. Like, people,
but you give Skeens a break. I mean, he's pitching his ass off.
I know. But it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, I'm excited to go out there, face all stars, and try and strike them out. Like let's get jacked up. I feel,
Yeah,
no
get into it.
Yeah, get into it, dude.
Yeah, no,
like I would love to see him. Like I don't even know who the leadoff is, but like just up and in, first pitch, fastball.
Yeah,
back him off a little bit, set a tone.
I mean. It goes back to the money, I guess. Like
maybe, but the money was never really involved in the All-Star in the actual
but
game,
like I said,
right?
it was because it was the only time you would see Johnny Bench getting a bat against Ron Guidry,
right?
Unless it was a World Series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. So I don't know. What about for you? Are you?
Yeah,
similar.
But I do enjoy like the Yankees like getting their playing time. I'm interested to see what they do. It's like there's nothing else on, so like.
And I mean, like, again, maybe I'm just like remembering like the better times, you know, like. But I just feel like also like it's just all of the rigmarole, the it's just drawn out.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it didn't used to be this drawn out,
Yeah. No, you're right.
The performances, the announcements. Oh my
Buffer
goodness,
before the final round thoughts. Derby.
Like how long?
What
do you mean?
No, you didn't see Michael Buffer announce.
Oh, Michael Buffer. You're saying like, what if you put a buffer in between? Yeah. You like Buffer?
I thought like I do like Buffer, but it just didn't seem like it was the time for it. Like just stay in the ring, kind of.
Yeah.
Fighting.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't, dude.
No, but what was your first thought though when he came out? Honestly,
I thought I was a little excited, and I'm not gonna lie. But then it was like shortly you realize, like you said, like maybe this isn't the best time. Like
what? I don't know if I'm just thinking crazy here. What if they did like after the fourth inning, like they would do the Derby the night before, but save the championship, and then after the fourth inning of the All-Star game, do the Derby.
That would be kind of crazy. So like have it the final round sort of deal, you're saying, and then save the final round for in the middle,
like a halftime type of thing.
That would be kind of sick.
And like guys in the game doing I mean, they would never do that, but
just, that's true. Yeah, they would
just
never
trying to get
that.
creative, think about different things here.
Do you think they could add more? Like other than just the game and the I mean, no one really watches. The celebrity softball game is a joke. No one really watches the futures
games. I mean, I think there's some juice there.
Yeah, a little bit, but I mean, like I'm even talking about like how if there's like a skills competition or
it's
something.
Tough because you don't want to do stuff with pitchers because the arms are ever so fragile.
Yeah, I guess so.
Even with field, like if you're doing like some throwing, like you don't want people to throw their arms out. Like, what are you gonna have a race? Like that would be the only thing. Like you could.
Yeah, I guess so. I was honestly thinking it would be cool if like they would play horse, but with two pitchers or something like that would be kind of sweet.
Horse with two pitchers.
Yeah, like if it was something as simple as even just like slider hitting the lower left corner of the strike zone, and that's what you have to hit. If you don't, it's like the letter, whatever.
They had a parody account say that like next year they're going to do a ground out competition and DJ LeMahieu has put his name in the ring. Not a bad one, honestly. Not a bad one.
It would be cool if they set up like a hitting thing with like buckets like to left field, like little sections you have to hit the ball into,
Yeah.
Maybe even some batters could learn a few things.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we'll see what they do. What was interesting talking to Corey, he was thinking Yankees for the trade deadline, bullpen help, and then he's thinking Chapman or McMahon. And I was like, geez, I guess I would take McMahon, but I was saying Chapman, would come to the Yankees and hit about 150. Like you can't bring in Matt Chapman.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
And I feel like his fielding is not even as good. I mean, I know he had that one play against the Mets earlier in the year that was crazy.
Yeah, but since then,
yeah, pull up the stats, honestly. But it just seems like a bad idea to start. While Tony's looking that up, Michael Bucca, Hurley, 6 years, $50 million contract extension. Matt Ryan, you are an oldie. Might need to bring out the cane soon. So a little shot there by Michael.
Wow.
What do we got on Chapman?
So far, Chapman, I think what it'd say to 235 batting average, 15 home runs, 84 hits. I guess we can go down to some splits here. Let's go
month by
month here.
Terrible in July.
Not great. Yeah, the first couple of weeks here.
So just mediocre the whole season.
Kind of.
And go to the fielding statistics down below. Oh, no, you got to go to the main page again. Overview. And then go down.
Standard batting, advanced batting, standard fielding.
10 errors. That's a lot, right?
I don't know where that lands in terms of the rest of the league.
94.
Glaber's got like 14, I think.
But I'm saying 94. So, I mean, if you made 17, 18 errors, I mean, that's not good. Even
94 games. Oh, yeah. No, that is not a good ratio there. Not at all.
And you look at what he used to do. He made 9 errors in 156 a game. 5 errors in 153 games.
Not great.
So, yeah, I think an absolute no-go. McMahon, I'm just nervous that the Coors Field numbers aren't going to translate, and he's not that great to begin with. He'd be better than LeMahieu, but I think you'd have to give up something, and I don't want to give up much because I think he's mediocre. It's like our trade for Iglesias yesterday.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. You would be so lucky with Iglesias.
Yeah, dude, definitely. I'm surprised he's not starting for the National League. Speaking of which, Tony, the lineup here for the National League, we know Skeens is pitching, Keltel Marte leading off at second, Ohtani DH, Trey Turner at short, Bryce Harper at first, William Contreras catching, Yelich in right, Bohm at third, Teoscar in center, and Profar in left. For the American League, Stephen Kwan leading off, playing left, Gunnar at short, Soto in right, Judge in center, Alvarez DH, Ramirez at third, Guerrero at first, Rutschman catching, and Marcus Semien playing second. Corbin Burns on the hill. Whose lineup is better?
I mean, it's tough, dude. If I had to guess, again, just looking at these two, I mean, I guess maybe the AL.
The AL is deeper, definitely.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if you want to really think about matchups, I mean, I feel like this year, I mean, obviously Ohtani Judge is right there. Harper's been having a very solid year. I would put him up there, like, you know, in terms of matching up with Soto. Ketel Marte, I don't know how he's been doing this year.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. I know Trey Turner's been killing it too. Contreras has been solid. Yelich, as of recently, has been really good as well. And obviously, you know about Profar. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the AL Kwan. Yeah,
360.
Really?
Yeah,
that's pretty sick. Yeah, I guess Guardians low key sneaky 50-win team.
This is a better lineup, you know.
Yeah, but Vladdy, I think, really brings you down. And Marcus Semien
not having
a good year.
No,
so,
but no one plays second. That's good, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. And then Vladdy can kick rocks, in my opinion.
Yeah. I wonder if he gets dealt.
That would be crazy. I have no idea what type of contract he's on. Do you?
Free agent, I think, after the year.
Get out of town.
I think. I mean, maybe there's one more, but I kind of think it. Go, pull it up.
Yankee?
I think he's a Chief.
I mean, he is, but
no, but go to Baseball Reference. I'm just curious what. I don't like that he was talking smack and then tried to walk it back. It's like, if you don't want to be a part of our organization, then don't. Like,
how did you feel about when Damon came to the Yankees? Similar scenario where he was talking shit. Don't want him.
No. That was different. I mean, we won a title with him, Tony. So,
well, I'm just saying though, like, what if Vladdy came over? You got a good first baseman, has a great year. You end up winning a title.
The difference would, well, I guess he's kind of picked it up recently. I just feel like I thought, okay, so he's got one more year of control after this year, so maybe they hold on to him. But I just expected better. So it's just
me too.
Am I gonna give it? And I mean, I guess if it's short term, I guess, but it depends on what we're giving up. And it's like, do I want to give up the potential of Spencer Jones for a couple years of Vladdy, who's been a little like kind of I'm trying to think of the word, but like plateauing the last couple of years, you know?
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm saying like he hasn't gotten better since the 48 home run season.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, you're right, dude. And I mean, like you said, I mean, at this point, you mentioned the word plateau. I mean, 2022, 32 home runs, 97 RBIs, which is good, very good, obviously. But that seems like what he's kind of on pace for again this year too, which, again, You know, you're looking at that 2021 year, finished second in the MVP race, led the league in multiple offensive stats here, including home runs, slugging, OBP. He's not going to be anywhere near that. So,
yeah, but I think if they could get something decent, they would be better off. They need to just go down to the studs, I think, in Toronto.
oh yeah, like really bare bones, like
Don't
just
you think?
rip it apart. I mean, I guess so. It has been like somewhat embarrassingly disappointment.
Yeah, I mean,
Disappointing.
it seemed like they were next.
Yeah, it did. It did seem like that, dude. Not great. Dude,
So I don't know.
Stats here. I mean, some of their guys just aren't. I mean, Danny Jansen's been their catcher. What the hell, dude? What the hell is that, dude?
IKF injured. Bichette has been terrible this year.
Horrible. He's another one, dude. But very, very underwhelming.
Oh,
very
what do you know?
underwhelming, dude.
Kiermaier sitting 189. Haven't seen that one before.
Wow, dude.
Springer hasn't lived up to it, and neither is
underwhelming.
Justin Turner. So
And
I mean,
he's-
that's why you're in the. I mean, Dalton
Yeah.
Varsho is probably their best hitter right now, other than Vladdy.
Yeah, which is honestly kind of embarrassing because he
Yeah.
also has
He's
been
not.
underwhelming.
Yeah,
So
Biggio's in the Dodgers now. I don't know if you're prepared, Tony, but I think it's time to do a full-on abbreviated All-Star Game frenzy.
oh my
What are the chances? And I will give you the tale of the tape since I haven't pulled up here. So 8 o'clock on FOX, you're going to have yours truly, Joe Davis, on the call with Smoltz. Obviously Arlington, Texas here, Globe Life Park, National versus American League. American League, the slight favorites at -120, even on the money line for the National League. Total set at 7.5. You go first, sir. What is your pick? What do we got? And
All
also
right.
MVP.
Ooh, okay. It's a great question. So let's go freaking 8 p.m. here. NL, let's say they won last year, I guess 3-2. Very low scoring, if you ask me. And honestly, I will say it will be as low scoring as that this year. I'm telling you, for the first time in a long time, we're going to see a pitcher's duel here. I'm telling you right now, between Burns and Skeens, they're going to bring some fiery attitude here.
For 1 inning?
Maybe even they go 2. Who even knows, dude? No, they probably will get pulled after 1 inning, but still, they'll be coming out, setting the tone here, striking out the side. Both of them, no doubt. I think at the end of the day, I'm going to go with the Angel here. I know.
The
Angel. Acuna, dude. I'm going to go with the NL here. I know I'm sure Brian will go AL, but I do think NL, maybe they do get a slight little edge here. With just being all-around great hitters here. I know maybe not as much power, but I do think it will be, I say the score is going to be 4-3, and I'm going to say Trey Turner, dinger, maybe 7th inning, 8th inning, puts them up by 1. They close out, second year in a row. Let's go. And I think the AL has won, like, in terms of overall, way more than the NL. Yeah. So give me NL 3-2 to the under. I forget even what you said for the over-under.
7.5.
Yeah, definitely hammer the under.
Trey Turner MVP, you said?
Trey Turner MVP.
All right, I'm going to go AL under. So we're in agreement on the under.
Yep.
It just seems like these pitchers are too good. So it's tough for the offenses to generate a lot of runs. I'm going to say Aaron Judge is your All-Star Game MVP. 2 home runs. So we haven't seen that in an All-Star Game in a while. And Tony, just like that is your All-Star Game frenzy.
Oh, man, that's so funny. You think?
Bittersweet one it was. What,
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. Do you think we'll see an All-Star game maybe where starters like end up going some type of distance? Definitely not.
No, not even under consideration, which is crazy. But the
Kind
truth,
of is crazy, dude.
definitely the truth.
What if Skeens in the dugout yelling, having a fit? I'm getting back out there. Second inning, let's go.
They say like we don't.
Yeah, they're not gonna do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably right.
But you ready for the second half to start?
I am more than ready for the second half to start.
Sanga, what's the deal?
I think again, rehab start last week. We talked about that. I don't know if they scheduled him recently. Let's look it up because I know they were saying how he'd be ready for even as close as Sunday before the deadline. Let's see how activating Mets guys think it will affect a bullpen. Interesting. Latest rehab start. This is yesterday. So ESPN here. 40 pitches, 40 through right-handed 40 of 66 pitches for strikes. Great job. 2 2/3 scoreless. July 9th. We know the deal. He did that again July 3rd. Yes. Good to serve New York's ace this season. We know the deal. Senga. Come on, man. They got nothing.
Not good.
Has been out. Rotation. Mets are expected to transition to a 6-man rotation upon Senga's return. Late July, early August, I guess, is what they expect. Which I feel like they could bring him back. Whatever. Mendoza here said we've been missing him the whole year. We want to make sure that we feel comfortable with whatever we're doing. We want to make sure he will do the right thing, and that Senga's going to have a big voice in this as well. Obviously, they want to make sure that he is 100% healthy before bringing him out here, but he would be a huge addition to the rotation. And again, ESPN alluding to how they would affect the pen. I mean, obviously, I guess somebody's going.
Who's that going to be? Who's going to join Mr. Buteau?
I don't know. I mean, Peterson's been pitching a lot in the rotation, right? Probably him.
Or maybe somebody gets dealt, but who really has that much value? You know,
nobody.
Who has more value, Minaya over Quintana slightly or no?
I don't know, dude.
Close.
It's so close.
Yeah.
I
like Quintana better.
Quintana. I think so.
Minaya is Mr. 5 innings, but then Quintana's Mr. 88 on the gun.
I know it's so tough, but also again, like 7 innings, 3 earned runs is the last start.
Yeah, it's true.
What you want?
It's true. And I'm trying to think. I guess, there wasn't really no one else is really coming back from injury or anything on the Mets side of things.
No. Everything's all copacetic.
And I mean, what do you think? Do you think no matter what? Like, even if the hot streak continues here, end of the day, Stearns is selling.
Yeah.
And
you gotta be.
Do you feel 100% certain that Alonso's getting traded?
100%, no, but I would say like 92%.
And that could be why he's not performing well.
I guess I don't know, man. I mean,
you're sick of it.
I am kind of sick of talking about it. I'm sick of thinking about it. I'm sick of him not doing well.
Right.
You know, he's got to figure it out. Again, I don't even care about the home runs at this point. And he was on such a hot start too. First, I don't know, 6-7 weeks, he was leading the league in home runs, and obviously the cool down, the batting average dips down. Not good, dude. It's not good. And I don't know, man. I understand he loves to play for New York. He loves being a Met, the whole kit and caboodle here. But you're looking at times like this where he's struggling, and who is it calling team meetings, looking like he's more of the locker room guy? It's Lindor, not Alonso. So if you're not playing well, if you're not a good locker room leader, like, what's your value at this point?
Yeah,
like, you want to sign a big contract, like, you got to prove it.
Punch not worth the squeeze.
And I mean, the last 2 years, you haven't really done that, dude.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, again, it really is so tough. Like, to have that scenario if the Mets do come out second half and they're absolutely killing it, and come July 30th, the deadline, they're still killing it, and then it's like, really, like, talk about putting yourself between a rock and a hard place in terms of what you want to do. But at the end of the day, I mean, you got to think about the future of this team and stuff, and I don't know, man. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, Marte, with his injury, you probably won't see him until the playoffs, if that, just like what 2 years ago, it's the Padres, out for most of the second half, comes back in the wild card, does nothing, so like, where is that going to get you? Even if you do make this wild card, even if you do go into the playoffs, like, are you really winning a World Series? I mean, again, I'm never that fan to say that's not going to happen, but I mean, it seems unlikely, and I don't want to see these guys who you've been renting, for a couple of year deals, who have been doing well, or even the guys who you have signed to multi-year deals, who, to waste this time to not get rid of them and try to get better pieces in here. It would just seem like a waste if you don't deal these players now.
Yeah.
So,
and it'd be interesting to see what they do, how they perform as well. First 10 games, 4 against Miami, 2 against the Yankees, and 4 against the Braves. So, I mean, obviously the Miami, like, you can't come out flat there.
No.
Yankees are obviously going to be fired up after what the Mets did to them at Citi Field. And then Atlanta hasn't had the year they've hoped for, riddled by injuries. What do they do? And then a series against Minnesota before the schedule gets a little easier again with the Angels and the Rockies sandwiched in with one makeup game in St. Louis.
So, I mean, these, let's say, I don't know, what is it, like 22 games, let's say, or some odd, whatever, 20 games. Huge to the trade deadline. I mean, that's huge. I mean, like you said, it's relatively easy when you really think about it. I understand, Braves, you mentioned their woes. They still have great pitchers. They can still hit. They're
Yankees
still
are
going to
hungry.
win games. Yankees are hungry, looking for a split there.
Looking for a sweep there.
Looking for a sweep there, really, though. But honestly, you got to sweep you got to sweep Miami coming out of the gate.
Yeah.
Like, that's got to be like, hey, even though there's a little break here, we're still dialed in. Like, we have the offense. Pitchers are rested now. Bullpen's rested. Like, you got to fire all cylinders against Miami, not miss a step. And then, like you said, Angels, Colorado, like, again, like, it sets yourself up for the tough days you'll probably have in September at the end of the year.
Boy. So 3, 6, 9, 10-game road trip starting on the 2nd. So right after the trade deadline, they're on the road for 10 days.
So that's going to be huge. Especially at the deadline. Who'd you got? Who'd you give up?
Yeah. It almost sounds like we're doing a trade deadline frenzy.
Honestly, dude, the deadline is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
a lot of moving
pieces for a lot of different teams, dude, for sure.
So definitely ready for the second half of the season.
Oh, yeah. Earning for it, as
absolutely
you would say.
Earning for it, Tony. And the one thing that I almost forgot about that I wanted to just check in on, Nadal, 6-3 first set over Borg, second set up 3-2. Puncher's chance here, unseeded, but obviously has the talent.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like because it's just one of those like, rehab things. So he's unseated, but obviously he's good,
right?
But of course, you'd imagine in a tournament like this, he probably ripped through the qualifying, the first few rounds, and actually gets, and then it's like
the back injury.
So I don't know, maybe like a semi.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know I don't know the field here.
There's no one I've ever heard of. So I think he wins it, honestly. He wins it, and then he wins the U.S. Open. How about that? Over Djokovic, 7 hours of tiebreakers.
7 hours. Goes on to win a gold medal.
Almost like commercial-free red zone.
Oh, my goodness, dude.
We'll see, though. I have to say, though, I mean, this was an outstanding show.
Crazy show.
Binge later?
Binge right now, later. You know the deal, 8 p.m. Shows are getting canceled left and right recently, dude. So we talk about that, which is great.
Biggest thing canceled. Go. I'm thinking about it.
Probably the Acolyte Disney show. Whole season out there.
I wonder why it was canceled.
Disney, big deal. They suck. That's why, dude.
What else are you gonna talk about?
I'm not sure. I think Mike and I may try and catch a movie. I don't know what the schedule is here today, or perhaps the Shark we'll watch, dude. That would be sick. If we do watch the Shark, like, you call in. You gotta have a call.
Yeah, gotta have a call in. So that'll be 8:00 sharp.
Shark, dude. Where are you? What's on your agenda, dude? Rest day, no golf, hydrating.
No golf, hydrating, appointments, rigmarole.
Yeah.
Maybe a gym sesh. We'll see.
Okay, there we go. If you had, let's say, like, I don't know, maybe a whole case of those waters, over under like 11.5, a dozen and a half.
Like, in addition to what I've already had?
In one full day. Like, you definitely.
One full day, it's over.
Yeah.
But like I think I've already had 3 or 4 or 5 already, so I couldn't have another 11.
3 or 4 or 5.
Back to the bathroom right now. But good timing, right? Because that's all we got here. What a show! Really appreciate everybody who tuned in and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. Want everybody to enjoy the All-Star game, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.